Hello everyone, it's Sue from Crafts to Enjoy and welcome to my craft room today. Today I have something to show you that I'd like to show you that I'm going to make for a friend of mine. My friend, one of my best friends, has a birthday coming up, and I've bought her a gift. And it's really hard to give to someone a gift voucher. Well, I've got a Groupon. Let me just go and find it for you. A Groupon's voucher. I won't spoil it for her, but it's kind of, we print it off and it's like this. And you're like, how do you give this? How do you give this voucher? So do you roll it up? What do you do with it? So I've decided to make a little gift bag. I have an idea in my head and I've made a bit of a template, but I haven't trialled it yet. This is my template. This is where I start. This is just a normal copy of paper. So yes, let's give it a go. So I've cut this piece of card. This is Share What You Love. I've got some left in my stash. Share What You Love 12 by 12 paper stack. And my notes tell me, hopefully, yes, this is that. It's double-sided. It's beautiful. It's really quite thick, so I'm hoping it'll make a lovely bag. I've also cut ahead of time some handles because I wasn't sure if it was going to work and what size to cut. So I've cut 4 discs using some framelets. I've cut them two at a time, so they are the exact same size, so it makes a perfect pair, hopefully. So yes, well they do, but yeah. So on the long side, on my piece of card, you cut it to 10.5 by 7. This is on the 10.5 side at the top. I'm going to score at 1.5. I always tend to use my thicker end of my ball tool. Let me just get that in shot so you can see what I'm actually doing. I'm going to score at 1.5, 5, 6.5. I tend to go down there like that, and then it helps me to get it in the right groove. And then 10. I'm going to turn it round 90 degrees, and I'm going to score at 1.5 for the base. And then 1 inch from the and 1 inch from the top for 6. So yes. I'm then going to take my bone folder and go over all of my scored lines, and I'm gonna show you we're going to chop up do a few cutting marks in a second. To be honest, I couldn't be bothered to go to the shops, and I thought, why on earth am I going to the shops to buy it to get a gift bag? I can make one. That was pretty silly. So I thought, why not? So I thought, I just came up with this while having a cup of coffee. So I've decided not to. I could have turned this back so it'd be contrasting, but I've decided to tuck it in. So I just wanted it plain like that, and then the handles are going to sit about sort of here. So it all, and obviously that matches the colour of the ready colour on there. So I'm going to take my scissors, and I'm going to chop off a few pieces. So that on the 1/2 inch at the bottom, I don't know if you can see that from the other side. Is that better to see? I can't see it very well myself in these lights. So I'm going to cut up that score line to the first score line, and I'm going to turn my hand round and create a little, you see how I've done that there? Is that better to see like that? So I've just gone up and I'm going to create a little notch out. Then I'm going to cut up all the other score lines to the first score line. So it should be, I can't see that score line very well. It's quite shiny paper, so it's quite difficult for me to see. But yes, we're getting there. I'm also going to take off this side, because when it's folded in at the top, the 1 inch, I'm just going to give that a little notch out as well up to the corner. So I've got a little flap there to adhere it all together. So I'm going to take my glue, put my box together, and put my flap inside first. I'm going to get that down. I'm going to just quickly put some glue on there. Let's see that bit done. I'm just going to get my bone folder and rub it over so it's nice and crisp on those edges. Just being quite careful not to damage the card, but I will mark it. But I just want to make sure it's nice and crisp so it fits nicely together. I'm just going to quickly go over those lines at the top as well so it fits better. because it is quite thick card, and I've got sort of like two layers of it there, haven't we, where we've got stuck it together. So then I'm going to put my bag together. I'm going to start by gluing down my side flap or side tab. I tend to use glue on mine because I like a bit of wiggle room, but because it's all square you can put it together like so. So I tend to just do that and then turn it the other way and then just press it down. Again, I just use my bone folder and go over it. So it keeps it nice and square, and obviously with glue it just takes a few seconds for it to grab. That's all nice and square. So then, because we've got our join at that corner, that's going to be the back of my bag. So I'm going to fold that in, that in, that in, and that's going to be my last piece. So I'm just going to put some glue on these tabs. Make sure there's plenty of glue on them. That one there. So that one's going to go in there like so. And then I'm going to get my bone folder in there so you can see it all done. And then I'm going to hopefully pinch this in like this, so it gives it a bit of a sort of like a, I don't know, I've not done any score lines or anything on the side here, so it's just going where it naturally wants to go. I've just pinched it in with my fingers, made a little crease and pinched it. So I want to put a magnet on there to hold it in a second, hopefully. So my next thing to do is to get my handles on. So I thought I would use my, I did a bit of fiddling around with the sizes. I cut a bare bit of paper just to see what was going to work in proportion size. I didn't want it to be too big, but you might want an oversized sort of handle on your bag, but I wanted that sort of size on mine, and stick them together like so. So I've used the 1.5 inch punch, and I'm going to go down about halfway, just sort of do it roughly in the what I think is the centre, hopefully. I think about sort of there. Oh, and it flies off over my shoulder, and the same on the other side. So I'm just going to see if that's, oh, it's come down a little bit on that side. Obviously I want it to be quite even, so I'm just going to go down a 1/4 of an inch or so, whatever it is, to make sure that that's now nice and even. So then I'm going to put my handles on. I'm just going to put a bit of glue all the way around them. On that one, and glue that into place. So that should be around the handle. Can you see that bit where I've done that bit there? I think they should get that then. I'm just going to put a smidgen of glue around. And put that on there like so. I'm just going to push that together gently. Do you see the way I did that then? So I've got one handle on and the other handle. This is really lovely paper. This Share What You Love Sweet has been really popular, and I've only got a few bits of it left, so I thought, let's use it up, why not? I'm sorry, that's my cat's just come in here, and he's just started to sort of lay down by the side of me, and he's just breathing, and I think he wanted to have a little nap, so he's started to snore, I think, or make some sort of heavy breathing noises. So if you can hear something, it's him. Yes, he always likes to be involved in my videos. There we go. So that's, I'm just going to push those together. I'm going to let that dry a second. I've got to get my magnets out. Where are they? Oh, they're not in their usual place. And I can't find them. I'm just going to pause that video a second while I find my magnets. 1 second. Where's Paul?